Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of the 75 TR6 that we recently brought into the Rusty Beauty's garage for some repairs. In the first video we did a walk around, we did some inspection. With the help of Chef Tash we did a compression test, we tried to adjust the carbs a little bit and everything. And we learned a lot of things about this car that we didn't know before that. In this episode we're gonna keep going with our inspection, but before we do that, let's address some things that popped up in the comments section. First of all, Java Green. Yeah, looks like this color is very, like it's triggering quite opposite direction responses. I think it's 50-50. I never counted how many people said yes to Java Green and how many said no, but I think it's 50-50, and very few people said, well, it's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. This type of response is not very common. It's either yes, I love it, or no way. Anyways, it's interesting to find out that people's choices are so different. Anyway, so that's about Java Green. My personal preference is no, I'm not a fan. If I have the choice, I would choose a different color for my own TR6, which I don't own yet. Anyways, and the other thing is about the blue and black smoke. Some of you mentioned it and I agree with you. I was wrong. Black smoke is not oil. Black smoke means carbon. Carbon is from carbs running too rich. That still doesn't mean that the engine doesn't need to be rebuilt. Looks like the engine is pretty tired and will need to be rebuilt, but before we take it apart, I think I'm gonna deal with the carbs. I'm gonna take them out, clean them, try to see if they need anything and fix the linkage and everything, and then do a better tune-up of the carbs as the engine is running, and then we will see if we get rid of the black smoke or not. But as some of you mentioned, also blue smoke means that it's burning oil, and that also was present in the whole rainbow of colors in the smoke in the last video. But anyways, enough for the previous episode. Let's jump into today's one. As you can see, I lifted the car on jack stands with the help of my son last night. I didn't film it and I actually regret that, because when I started lifting the front end, this wheel here started making like really bad noises, similar to the one that we heard when I test drove the car on my driveway. So there's definitely something really wrong with this wheel. I'm expecting here a broken spring or snapped A-arm, or even snapped frame, maybe where the lower control arm is mounted to the frame, or something major. Like I tried a sneak peek from here yesterday. It was last night when we lifted it. So I tried a sneak peek from here yesterday, but all I could see was this. Now you can go much further than what I could have seen yesterday. So I noticed the bushings in the first place, that they will need to be replaced, but I couldn't see anything more than that from here. Do you see anything? Is the spring snapped? No, I don't think so. Anyways, we don't need to guesstimate. I'm gonna take the wheel off and we're gonna go from there. I'm really curious to find out what the problem here is. That's interesting. I don't see anything wrong. Do you? Like, I don't think the spring is snapped. Looks like they changed tie rod ends. These look like new rotors, new calipers, which is good. Trevor said that they installed new brakes for him, so that's good. Like braided hoses, that's good. The sway bar link hasn't been touched. Those bushings there on the A-arms, it's seen better days. So maybe we can change these. I would recommend that. The trunnion hasn't been touched. Something somewhere is making this really bad noise. Let's start poking here and there and we'll see where that's gonna go. It will be a bad ball joint. I don't know. I'm gonna put a jack under the A-arm with a piece of wood and I'm gonna try to lift it and see if that's gonna start making the noise again. Doesn't seem like the bow joint is bad, but you should have heard the noises yesterday. I don't understand what's going on. And the fulcrum pin bushings are bad, definitely. The bow joint, I don't know why they didn't change it. Well, they didn't want to take the suspension apart, that's why. Maybe the spring was touching here on the side. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Okay, I need to go under. Alright guys, it's a few days later actually. For one reason or another, I couldn't work much that night, and then there were a few days when I was super exhausted. Well, anyways, we're back today. We're gonna keep working on this, and I'm like, for the last 10 minutes I'm sitting and scratching my head and I can't figure out what's wrong with this front suspension. It is really hot. The summer is finally here. I can show you outside, but it is like, if you see there, that shows 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 32 Celsius. I have the garage doors shut because when the garage doors are open, it's even hotter inside. So I'd rather keep them shut, and sometimes I open the door towards the house. So a little bit of the cooler temperature from the house, from the AC, comes into the garage. Anyways, meanwhile, I got a new cast. They took off my initial cast, which was really uncomfortable, but this one is fiberglass. It's a little bit better. I'm trying to keep it clean, but it's not very easy. But at least I can put it on the ground, and at least my legs' own weight can go on it. Can put the weight of my body on it, but at least its own weight it can support. So that makes it a little bit easier to work. And let me show you here what I'm thinking. Okay, so the other night I went underneath and I inspected it, and I couldn't find anything wrong with the whole suspension here. So the only thing that I see here is that these bushings on the fulcrum pin are really worn and cracked, and I don't know if it's possible from them to have this, but other than that I don't see anything wrong. Like, definitely these need to be replaced. But when I play with the spring, it kind of makes the noise that I heard of when I was lifting the car up. I'm so upset that I didn't film that, because after I lifted it, I decided to drop it down and film it lifting it up, but it didn't make the noise anymore. It made it just the first time I was lifting it. So that's really weird. I started thinking that somehow the spring was touching here and here, and when I was lifting it, it was just skipping, and that's what made the noise, but I'm not sure. Anyways, to replace these bushings though, it would be really tricky because the arms won't come out this way. As you can see, they're gonna hit the body here. This one maybe, not really sure, but this one for sure can't come out. This means that we have to remove the fulcrum pin and together with the arms and then put them together again. But to remove the fulcrum pin, there are 2 bolts on the front and 2 bolts in the back. And these 2 bolts in the back I can't reach for sure. I tried already. So this is 9/16. This is how it fits here. But the one in the back, no way, I can't fit it there. So with this wrench, so I'm gonna need one of these pipe wrenches. I don't know what they're called. We used to call them pipe wrenches in Bulgaria. I might put a picture here of it. So I'm gonna need to buy one of these 9/16, which is fine. And then we're gonna remove the whole fulcrum pin with the 2 arms. We're gonna replace the bushings. We're gonna put the arms back on the fulcrum pin and then put the fulcrum pin back there. And as we take it apart, we're gonna inspect for cracks, because I'm thinking maybe there's a crack somewhere on the frame. Who knows? Anyways, we're gonna have to do that. If you want, I can take you underneath and show you what I observed. Maybe you can find something. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here we are underneath, and I don't see anything wrong here either. Like, everything is okay. Everything looks fine. Now the shock, from some angle I was able to see that the collar here for the spring is torn. Like, I don't know if you can see it from here. It's a little bit torn, but again, this I don't think would make too much of a difference. I think David Fiedler said that maybe the engine mounts are bad, but I checked them both. They are in a very good shape, actually. Let me see if I can move this clutch hose. So they are in a good shape, both of them. Let me see here. Or maybe not. I don't know. You see better than me, because I can't really see from where I am. But maybe here, if we have cracks on, these are the brackets for the A-arms. But I don't see anything wrong with them either. But again, maybe later on camera I'm gonna see something that you can see now. Where is it? Okay. There are no cracks, nothing. I was thinking maybe if these brackets are broken here. Here's that washer that somebody lost 3 years ago, the lock washer. You see, this is not broken. Everything seems to be in a good shape, but something makes a really bad noise, and it's definitely coming from here, from the front side. Look at this. I'm pretty sure that this wheel hangs much lower than the other one. I don't know if that's just me or it's true, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the other wheel and we're gonna measure. Now here I see where the leak is coming from. It's coming from, maybe the oil filter is not tight enough. I'm not really sure, but it's made a pretty nice puddle already. The transmission also seems to be leaking a little bit. I don't know if this is transmission oil. Yeah, that's transmission oil, so I don't know where this is coming from. We're gonna have to inspect that as well. Well, at least it has a new fuel filter, new slave cylinder. So whatever they said that they changed on this car, they did. Trevor, you shouldn't be worried. Okay, so I just wanted to show you something else, but I'm gonna put you on a stand. So when I tried to turn the steering wheel, I kind of heard the same noise that I heard when I was lifting it up at the end here. This is the noise I'm talking about. The thing is, as I'm turning the steering wheel, I can't really see what's happening there. But it sounds like the spring is rubbing somewhere, isn't it? So if you can see, let me change also your angle here a little bit. So if you can see what's happening, then I'm gonna be able to see too when I review the footage. And now it's not making it anymore. So maybe it's just that the spring is rubbing somewhere in certain positions. I don't know. It's true that now the suspension is hanging way too low, so that's not something that happens when the car is on its wheels, but who knows? I don't know. Alright, so we are at the other side here, and here the situation, as expected, is not much different. It's pretty much the same thing. New tie rod and new caliper, new rotor, and that's with the new parts. Everything else is old. Well, that's something. There's no bushing there. Okay, I'm sorry, it's tighter here on this side, so I can put you on a stand, and it's gonna be a little bit of a shaky camera. Wow. Looks like there is still something inside, but not visible. This one looks better. This here, what is this? This one already comes apart. So anyways, definitely all these bushings need to be changed. So I'm not gonna spend much time looking for the problem. I'm guessing I'm gonna find it when I start taking the suspension apart. So we definitely need all new bushings here, new ball joints, new sway bar links. I don't know about the mounts, sway bar mounts there. Yeah, these probably will need to be changed. So yeah, this is where we're gonna leave it with the front suspension. Let me pull out the rear wheels as well, and we're gonna check those too. Okay, brand new drums. All right, so new wheel cylinders, new brake shoes, new springs, and I don't know about this. Well, no, the adjuster is the old one, but I'm pretty sure that they cleaned it up and greased it and took care of it. It looks like they didn't cut any corners. I mean, whatever they've done it properly. So again, Trevor, you didn't pay for nothing. They did a good job. Anyways, I don't know about these now bushings on the trailing arm. Again, nothing suspicious here. Let's go underneath and inspect a little bit more again. Alright, so here we are underneath, and the frame here looks, this is the trailing arm, and it looks not that bad. What is this? They removed the seats to paint them and they put new bolts. Okay. Here's that transmission leak. Can it be from the speedo cable? I don't know, or from this gasket here, but it looks like it's coming from higher. Oh, I can see it's from up there. It's way higher than what I thought it was. So it's even above the switch, not even the switch. It's, I think there are O-rings on these three shafts that need to be replaced. I don't remember if there were O-rings or seals, but whatever there is, that's what's leaking. Transmission fluid. About the engine, we still don't know. So there was a pretty good knock on the exhaust. That's somewhere in the back, it's not here. I'm gonna go and inspect that on the back. But anyways, we wanted to see those bushings here. These actually don't look too bad. I don't think we should make our lives too complicated. I don't know. Is that correct? 3 notches and 1 notch. That's correct. I don't know. These trailing arms don't look. I don't have anything here to look with. Let me take a screwdriver. too lazy to go and grab a hammer. Not too lazy, but too hard actually for me to do that. Yeah. This seems solid, which is good. And let's look there. See this? So this is where the knock is coming from, because this exhaust hanger is disconnected somewhat. That one is still holding, but still needs to be taken care of. The diff is, wow, the diff definitely could use some seals. The frame though looks pretty good, doesn't seem to be cracked here at the mounts where they normally crack. So this is how they mounted the row bar. Normally there would be a bracket here, some kind of a reinforcement like a gusset from here to here. That's what I would do, but they didn't. So anyways, it is something. It's better than nothing. Anyway, so here I think we should take apart the rear suspension as well, drop the differential, change seals, and we're gonna go from there. Alright guys, so I think that we learned almost everything that we wanted to learn about this car. I know pretty much what parts we're gonna need, so I'm gonna discuss all these points with Trevor and then see how deep he wants to go into these repairs. Like I said about the engine, I'm not gonna go and pull it out just yet. First I'm gonna try to fix the carburetors and adjust them, because you were right, the black smoke is not oil. The black smoke shows carbon, which is unburned fuel. So we're gonna take care of the carbs first. We're gonna take them out, we're gonna clean them, I'm gonna fix the linkage, we're gonna adjust them, and we will see how it runs with better tuned carburetors. And we're gonna go from there. I'm pretty sure that the engine is too tired and it's gonna need to be rebuilt because of the low compression anyways. But let's do things one by one. Let's not rush and do everything at the same time. But in the meantime, maybe we can order the parts for the suspension and at least have something on the go here. So we're gonna call this video done here, because that's gonna be part 2 of the inspection. And in the next videos, hopefully we're gonna start actually working on the car, not just inspecting it. So thanks for watching guys, thanks for commenting and subscribing, and stay tuned for more videos from the Rusty Beauties shop. Bye.